We're back to the Total Tutor Show on the Total Education Network, and it's time for the Beach Lifestyle Celebrity segment. And GJ, I'm really excited because this was my old background in a way, and we're not talking about the product he's pitching. I used to be a professional wrestler, so I never thought I'd get to interview a pro wrestler. So, GJ, go ahead and introduce him.
Well, we've been talking about wrestling on our show off and on due to your background, so I'm definitely excited to learn more. And our next guest, he's been in the wrestling world. When I say his name, everyone will know who he is. He's also an actor. He's an author. He's an inspirational speaker. And then he's created the DDP yoga. And so we're going to talk more about that. He's also a three-time world champion wrestler. So please welcome to the show, Diamond Dallas Page. Welcome to the show, Dallas.
Hey, guys. How are you?
Hey, DDP, how are you, man? I'm excited to talk to you. Really excited about, again, the surprise. First of all, whenever I thought I was going to interview Diamond Dallas Page, I never thought I'd interview him about a product like this. And I'm sure that the boys, when they heard about this whole deal, it was a surprise to them, wasn't it? Especially with you creating this product.
Yeah, when I first started doing it, everybody laughed at me. But, everybody laughed at me when I became a wrestler. They couldn't believe at 35 years old that I was going to flip from managing, that I started when I was 31. They couldn't believe I flipped to try to be a wrestler. And Michael P.S. Hayes, who I was managing at the time, as the Freebirds, literally fell down laughing.
And I know how that is with the boys and how they would do that, especially in the time that you broke in. Again, it was not like today with all the different things. So why did you decide to come up with the idea of DDP yoga? What was that inspiration?
Necessity. I'm a guy who wouldn't be caught dead doing yoga the first 42 years of my life. But I also didn't start wrestling until I was 35. My career did not take off until I was 40, which was 1996. And as anybody who was a wrestling fan, even if you weren't a wrestling fan back in the 90s, you know that 96 exploded wrestling at its all-time fever pitch high, but right on up to 2002. And I was lucky enough to have my career take off when wrestling took off. And 97 and 98, I was on top of the world, according to Pro Wrestling Illustrated, rated number 4 wrestler in the world. And then I blew my back out so badly that 3 doctors said my career was over.
Wow, and I know how it is. I'm just, again, a journeyman in pro wrestling for 9 years, did it in the minor leagues and stuff, and wrestled in Germany, but my back is hurting me still, DDP, and I understand the pain. And GJ, I'm telling you, you ever get in the ring, you would know how much pain. Again, for our listeners out there that don't understand about professional wrestling, you have plywood and just a little padding, and he took some tremendous falls from some very big guys, G.
Well, my back's starting to hurt just from y'all talking about it. So,
I don't think there's a person out there who doesn't know you can't fake gravity. Your body's going to take a beating, and mine did. And all of it. But the primary years, I wrestled on up till when I came back. I should finish my story. 3 doctors told me my wrestling career was over. In less than 3 months, developing a form of yoga that's more yoga-inspired than yogic, because I use yoga position, but I also use rehab techniques. I use old-school calisthenics done with a slow burn motion, and I developed something called dynamic resistance, which has never been done before. And it got me back in the ring in less than 3 months. So at 42, the doctor said my wrestling career was over. At 43, I was the heavyweight champion of the world.
Wow. That's fantastic. And I see where you developed that idea and the importance. And GJ talks about products a lot, DDP. And, it's somehow you find certain niches that you never thought would happen, right, G?
Well, absolutely. And obviously you found something that worked. You had something that definitely worked for you to reestablish your career, and then you rose to the highest level. better than ever before. So with the DDP yoga program, who's it for, and describe a little bit more about, how they can get it and where they can get it also.
Well, before I get into that, I do want to say that today there are over 40 superstars in the WWE that do DDP yoga.
Wow.
And there's at least 50 of the guys who laughed at me who are all retired that are doing it now. And someone gets added like every day. The other day, Al Snow, Tommy Dreamer, Edge. And if anybody saw SummerSlam this year, in the SummerSlam where we do the Battle Royal there, number 2 guy out was Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho got back in the ring because of DDP yoga, period, last year. Then took off 6 months to tour with Fozzy, and his first match back after 6 months was the Royal Rumble. He came out in the number 2 spot. He wrestled for 47 minutes and 53 seconds. He does one workout, DDP yoga. DDP yoga is nearly zero impact on your body, which guys who are athletes and women need. Something that's zero impact, because we beat the hell out of our bodies all the time. Bottom line is, it's nearly zero impact. It's kick-ass cardio, will dramatically increase your flexibility and strengthen your core like it's never been before. So the people that it's the best for are people who are athletes that are beat up. And just about every athlete over 30, if you play any kind of combative sport, you're going to be beat up coming into your 30s, 40s, 50s, etc. It's also for people who want to lose weight. It was never about losing weight when I started it. Yet I have people who have lost hundreds, and I mean hundreds of pounds. Because of the dynamic resistance, you get a kick-ass cardiovascular workout with next to no impact on your body. There's no other workout that does that. Zero. So it's really for everybody. I've got kids doing it. I got a guy who's 78 years old who had knee replacement 2 years ago, doing it with a group of people for an hour to an hour, 10 minutes at my house for 4 days a week, that if you saw him, you would go, how is he doing that? Repetition. It's like there is no one demographic, but if I was to zero it down to the most people who really want this, it's people who have back injuries, knee injuries, athletes or non-athletes, but their bodies are beat up. If you sit at a computer for 10 hours, your body, you might as well have 2 matches with a giant, with the big show. That's how much your body hurts for being at that hunched over at the damn computer screen. The workout is amazing. You can go to ddpyoga.com, and the testimonies that we have are off the charts. Have you guys seen the disabled veteran Arthur Corbin that I helped walk again?
Wow, that's amazing. Really, and DDP, one other question on this whole thing is, you discovered this by coming up with this, but who kind of sold you to kind of think about yoga in yourself? Was it just certain stretches and activities you did, or did you create this yourself, or did some people help you in the way to create this whole program?
When I put my back out and I was back at home, because the wrestler, we wrestle, if you're over like I was, you wrestle 270 days plus a year.
Right.
270 every day in the ring, bouncing around all over the country and the world. Now I was home, and my wife at the time, we were still married, Kimberly was like, baby, you should try yoga to heal your body. I was like, yoga? F that. I'm not doing yoga. I wouldn't be caught dead doing yoga. And, she bullied me into it, actually.
Well, it sounds like it, and so once you did that, then you experimented with certain things, and then bam, there comes DDP yoga. So I get one thing, GJ, if I'll tell you about wrestling and the boys. Again, Diamond Dallas, the way he broke into the business, again, you were a professional wrestling manager, and then he went from there into the ring. And a lot of times, guys that start out not being a professional wrestler, but I'm sure when he took it to different people, and that's what we talk about on this show all the time, GJ, is people who choose to make a difference by changing something that really works and go after it. And GJ is a testimony to that as well, Diamond Dallas. He's 52 years old, and he's in the best shape of his life, and when he was in the military at 18. Isn't that right, G?
Well, that's true, and I had to reach a low point to go back up, just like Diamond Dallas Page. And, I'm also inspired to start yoga just by listening to your story. And I know there's a lot of the guys, the tough guys say, why yoga? But everyone I know that does yoga definitely loves it. It's had major impact. And just by having you on the show, I'm inspired to go do some yoga, and I'm definitely going to check out your product. So we ask every one of our guests, so what's your 90-day challenge, your health challenge for the next 90 days for yourself, and then also where they can find more information about you one more time.
My challenge is, first of all, I want to explain something too, because anybody who's listening to this podcast, I want you to understand that yoga, there's 1,000 different kinds. I developed yoga for people who wouldn't be caught dead doing yoga. So if you're one of those people, you will love DDP yoga, because it's about the results that you get. How you feel different after the first workout, especially if you've never did any kind of yoga. And when people finish my workout, if they're doing it at my house or something, they'll say, wow, that's the first yoga workout I've ever had. I'll go, well, you really still haven't done yoga yet. But I've only done something that's a version of it, because, again, I developed it for people who wouldn't be caught dead doing yoga, or people who did yoga and love the workout, who aren't into all the spiritual mumbo-jumbo. So that's the one side of it. As far as my challenge, I just set a new record for myself on January 7th, because this isn't in the regular workout. These are this is the extreme workouts that I do. You guys know what superhero push-ups are, right?
Yes.
Okay, for people who don't know or listening, you lay on your stomach, you stretch your arms out as far as you can, your feet start going back, you pick your feet off the ground, without bending your elbows, you pick your hands off the ground, then you lift your body off the ground. My record was 40, and on January 6th, I did 50. And I'm talking about after a 57-minute workout, I closed with 50 superhero push-ups. So there's one other guy who's done that on Team DDP Yoga, and I thought he did 53, but he only did 50. So we're like tied for that record there. So my goal in the next 90 days is to do 50. If you do my future age, which in 2 months I'll be 57. So my goal is to do 57 superhero push-ups, and I'm probably going to do it at a wrestling show, because whenever I show up at a wrestling show, I don't wrestle anymore. Someone absolutely gets hit with a diamond cutter. When they hit with a diamond cutter, of course, that's all the people want to see me do. But then I'm going to tell people about my new challenge to myself. In the next 90 days, I will do 57 superhero push-ups. And I'm always pushing myself to the next limit. And at 56 years young, you really can't push yourself to the next limit with weights or running. You're never going to be as fast at 56 as you were when you were 36 or 46 or 26. You're never going to be as fast. You can only go down. DDP Yoga is the only workout that every month I get deeper in my stretches, and you just don't stretch out. I get your cardio jacked up, then I put you in a stretch. So while you are stretching, you are creating cardiovascular conditioning, and you're burning fat, stretching. That no one does. And what my goal is, continue to do it on my path I'm on, to continually push my boundaries, to see where I can I just keep going and getting stronger and deeper at 60, at 70, at 80. I want to see when it starts to go back, because so far, I've been doing this for 13 years. It continues to move forward. So if anybody wants to invest in I say, instead of just changing your life, in owning your life, go to ddpyoga.com and invest in the program. You'll get an invitation to to Team DDP Yoga, and that is the greatest support group on the planet. When you go to DDPyoga.com, watch the video of the disabled veteran, Arthur Borman. That Arthur's video has played almost 8 million views.
Wow.
It pulled my company into a multi-million-dollar company. And it was all me helping him 6 years ago, February 7th, which just passed. And he went on a journey, and in 10 months, you will watch not just pictures, but video of him losing 140 pounds and lose his knee braces, his back brace, and his wraparound gains that he called his cup. And watch him lose that, and not only walk without his knee braces and pains, but run and sprint.
Fantastic. And also, Diamond Dallas, what are the costs to purchase any of this, and the website as well to purchase it?
It's all on the program as far as on the page, but I set it up on 3 different levels because some people just want to try it. And I tell them, you want to try, invest in level 1. It's $70, $69.95. You get 6 workouts. You get a complete program guide, not just how to do the workouts, how to schedule yourself, but also how to set goals, how to eat. I give you 3 different eating plans. I also get you a poster that breaks down my Diamond Dozen, which is my tutorial on how to break down the move. You also get MP3s to the workout so that you can not only can watch them on the TV, but after you've learned them, and it's the only workout you can do this with. I give you MP3s that you can put them on your iPod and go out on the beach or in your backyard when it's beautiful out. Not have to be inside. And just listen to the workout and do it anywhere you want to do it. And that program is also broken into 3 payments if that's how you want to do it. Or if you're serious and you really want to jump in and own this, you can get the combo pack, which is a $30 savings, which is 11 workouts, program guide, and the whole poster deal. And if you're a warrior that hopes to get the extreme, well, then you get the extreme pack. An extreme pack you can save $60 on, and that's pound for pound the best of best. But people who aren't ready to go to extreme levels at some point, just get the combo pack. That's what I tell them. And you get an invitation to Team DDP Yoga, and from there, it's all about you putting the work in. From time to time, I'll get people say, "Man, I love what I've heard. I'm going to try your workout and see if it works." And I say, "Hold on, Sparky. The bottom line is, if you work, DDP Yoga works. If you don't work, nothing works."
Well, Diamond Dallas Page, thanks for calling, and best success on DDP Yoga, and especially continued success in everything in your ventures. And thanks again for calling, man.
Awesome, man. And hey, Chitty, if you end up getting the program, come by Team DDP Yoga and say hello to me, and I'll hit you back, all right?
Okay.
Most definitely. Thanks a lot, Dallas.
All right, take care, Diamond Dallas. All right, see ya. Okay.
See ya.
Bye-bye. All right, you're listening to Total Tutor Show, powered by Beach Lifestyle Celebrity Segment, and we'll be back in just a moment.